Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and it has been a while since I've been in this setup. It's probably been a year since I've been in this setup before. Yeah, I'm gonna be giving you guys all the steps on how to get your permit. So yesterday I got my driver's permit finally, and I'm telling you this right now, it's not like a 1 month thing, it's not an overnight thing. It actually takes so long because I've been working on this since, let's say, May, and it is September, and I'm just now getting it. So yeah, I mean, you could get it earlier before me, but because I'm like, because I took my time and all that stuff is the reason why it took me so long. It should take a little less than me if you're not lazy. First, there's two things to know, and I'm only speaking for people in Florida. If you live in another state, I do not know like how your state is, but I'm just going to be speaking for only Florida people. So if you're from Florida, this video is for you. You don't know how to get your permit and all that stuff, you want to know step by step, today's going to be the video. There's two options that you have. Number one, you can do the driver's ed class, which is online, or number two, you can do the handbook. And I have the handbook, and I can show you what it looks like if I find it, but I don't know what I did with it, but I might show you guys the handbook. And there's a lowest price traffic schools. They have the thin handbook, and I'm pretty sure there's more handbooks that you can read as well. I'm gonna just tell you guys this right now. The class is long, and the class has a whole separate test before the real test. So most people don't know that, but there's actual like an end of course test that people might think that's the real test when it's not. It's not the real test, it's just the test for the class. So if you want to get things done faster, I recommend the handbook. But if you really want to take your time and learn everything, then go do FLVS in the actual class. I did the online class because, one, I needed another high school credit for my online credit. Two, I needed it. It just benefited me both ways. So that's why I decided to do this, the class. So the class took me, I don't know, it would be like 2 months for the class in total because I took so long. But you probably could get the class done in 1 month. Possibly you could, half months or a couple weeks or something. You probably could, but me, I took a while, so that's why it was like that. After each lesson or whatever, there's a mini quiz that's like 3 questions that you have to answer and all that stuff. So then after that, you do all your lessons. That takes a while. It's a lot of reading, stuff. You just learn about everything. And then after that, you go take your end of course exam. Oh yeah, the teacher is going to have something called a DBA. She's going to call you, he or she's going to call you, and they're basically going to like ask you like a few questions to make sure that you know like the class before you take the class test. So when you take the class test, it's about maybe 30 questions. I'm not sure how much it is, I forgot, but I think it's like 40 questions. I don't know. So that's another one. Then after that, after you take your test or whatever, you want to go to, like, the class is gonna have a thing where you can have the option of taking the test through the online class, but don't do it because I did it twice and the test like messed up on me, and the test just wasn't working right. So, and it wasn't even the real test because you have to do the drug and alcohol course as well. So then after that, and then you want to go to lowest price traffic schools, and most people don't know this as well, you're going to need to do your drug and alcohol course, which you can get that done in a day, but if you get it done the whole day, it'll be pretty much the whole day. So you can get it done in like time periods, but I recommend you just knock it out all in one day, and it's about like 5 hours total. So it's a lot of reading, and then there's like quizzes at the end, and you have to pass the class and you have to pass the test. So then there's a 40 question test, and then after that is the actual, I know it sounds like a lot, and then after that you take the actual Class E knowledge exam, which is the exam to get your permit. Lowest price traffic schools if you guys want to get your permit, but just know you have to have your drug and alcohol course done, and you have to have your test. So then after that, I took my test. I was nervous about it, but I passed. So then after I took my test, I went to the DMV and I had to schedule an appointment. So I told you, I explained what happened in my other video. Go check that out, my last recent video up there. And then they basically asked me my information, like my height, have I ever been in like any felonies or anything like that. They asked me all that mess, all the stuff, and you just answer them and whatever. And then they ask you if you have contacts or anything, you know, just all the questions. And then you take your picture, and then you get your card, and then you're good. So it really is, it sounds like it's a long time, because it kind of is. It all just depends on what's your time period you're trying to get it done by. Because like me, I wanted to get it done by July, but unfortunately that didn't happen for me. So here I am, early October. It's days later. And also another thing I forgot to tell you, it can be very, very expensive getting your permit, because you have to pay for, now the online class for me was free, but to pay for the test, in total it costs like $80 to $100 for the test. And then when you get your permit, you have to pay like $30 or even more than that, depending on what area or which DMV you go to. So be aware that it can get expensive if it's not in your pocket or whatever. So yeah, I wanted to get it right when I turned 15, but at least I have it now, so I'm not complaining, because it was a long process. Right before you take your test, I recommend, if you're doing the handbook, make sure you really read everything and all of that, because you don't really have like any quizzes at the end. After that, I recommend you get this app called DMV Genie. It is a lifesaver. It is a good way to practice for the real test. It has real test questions on there, and it'll tell you like, okay, you need this much to pass. You can't get 10 wrong. You can't get, and that's another thing I forgot to mention. On this test, you cannot get any more than, I believe, 8 or 9 wrong. If you get, and it's like a total of 50 questions, you get more than that, you can't get more than that wrong. You have to get strictly 80%. You can't get 75, you can't get 77, 78, no. You have to get 80%, okay? So that's another thing. DMV Genie will help you with all that. This is not sponsored, but I'm just saying this is really a good app. Like, it really was, because it helped me like practice so much and study, and it's just a really good app. So you're about to get your permit or take your test, download the app. I swear, I promise it'll help you a whole lot. So yeah, so you take the test, you have 2-3 chances to take it. If you fail it more than 3 times, then you have to go to the DMV and take it in front of them, and then and then they have to be there and look at you. So I believe I pretty much said everything. I'm not sure. I'm gonna show you guys my thing right now. It looks like, I'm not finna show my face because I don't like the picture. You get a sneak peek. Yeah, I didn't like it, but yeah, here's what it looks like and all that. Also, I need to show you guys a handbook. So there's other handbooks and all that, but this is just the one that they sent me in the mail from lowest price traffic schools. I don't know why, but they just sent me it. So guys, I cannot find it, but it's okay or whatever. I can't find it, but y'all should know what it looks like anyways. Just go Google it, look it up. You should be able to find it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys who are trying to get your permit. And, you know, I just gave you guys step by step and all that stuff. Any questions, comments, anything you have down below, just comment down below and I can answer them all. If I didn't mention anything in this video that you have a question about, I can definitely answer them for you. So, bye.